As a serger coach, one of the most common questions I get is which stitch should I use, a 4-thread or a 3-thread overlock wide? That one extra thread can mean the difference between a seam that snaps and one that stretches beautifully. Hey Serger Bees, I'm Sookie, and after teaching sergers for more than 25 years, I can tell you this is a core choice that makes a big difference once you understand it. So today I'll show you what each stitch does, when to use them, and how to choose with confidence. I'll also share a quick story from my time in the garment industry where the same pattern was sewn for two very different clients with two very different stitch choices. We're starting with the 4-thread overlock. This is what I call the workhorse. It uses 2 needles and 2 loopers, and it gives you a strong, durable seam with stretch. It sews a seam and finishes the edges in one pass. And I'll be honest, this is my favorite stitch. I use it on knits, wovens, pretty much everything. I probably use the 4-thread more than anything else because it's just that reliable. And then there's the 3-thread overlock. I call this one the finisher. It uses 1 needle and 2 looper, which gives you a lightweight, flexible seam. It's ideal for finishing the raw edges of woven fabrics or for lightweight knits when you want less bulk and more give. It's clean, efficient, and great for delicate or decorative work. So how about we start with a strength test? I'm going to use denim, something that needs to hold up to wear and tear. Think tote bags, jeans, and all of those fun upcycling project folks are doing with old jeans nowadays. For today's demo, I stitched 1 seam with the 3-thread and 1 with the 4-thread. When I pull on the 3-thread seam, it stays together, but you can tell the single needle thread is carrying all the strain. Now on to the 4-thread. I'm pulling just as hard, and this seam holds firm. That extra needle adds real reinforcement, which is exactly what you want on stress points, like garment seams that take a lot of wear or tote bag straps that get tugged on. No question about it, the 4-thread wins this one. However, if I wanted to add a decorative edge to the denim, I'd use a 3-thread overlock. I'd thread a 12-weight Egyptian cotton thread like this Wonderfil spaghetti through the upper and lower loopers. I keep standard thread in the needle, set the stitch length to about 3, and trim just a little off the edge as I sew. And look at the beautiful finish on denim. By the way, if you want to remember tips like this and which threads go where, that's exactly the kind of thing I suggest in my free Hello Serger mini handbook. It's a great spot to jot down settings and notes so you can come back to them later. You can find the link in the description. So here we are, same fabric, 2 different stitches, completely different effects. Kind of nice that we don't have to choose which stitch, right? Okay, so let's see these stitches work on a knit fabric, something like a t-shirt or even yoga pants. The 4-thread gives you a strong seam with good recovery. That 2nd needle adds security. So if you're in, let's say, downward facing dog, and one of those needle threads just happened to snap, the other is still holding strong. And remember, on a serger, it's the loopers that create the stretch. With the 4-thread, you get both strength and flexibility in the seam. Now the 3-thread, it also stretches, and because it's less bulky, it can sometimes move with the fabric more easily. That makes it a great choice for delicate knits or fabrics that don't have as much stretch. Here's something that surprises a lot of people. It's not the number of threads that gives your serger stitch its stretch. It's the loopers. Looper threads wrap around the edge and move with the fabric. So yes, the 4-thread works beautifully on knits, but so do 2-thread stitches, and 3-thread stitches can stretch as well too, just in different ways. But what makes the 4-thread especially useful is that 2nd needle. If one needle thread snaps during wear or in the wash, the other is still there holding the seam together. And that's why I trust it so much for construction. Okay, as promised, it's story time. Back when I was in the garment industry, we sometimes sewed the exact same pattern for two very different clients. I can't name names, but let's just say one was a higher end brand and the other was more budget line. Same design, two completely different outcomes. For the higher end garments, we used better quality knits, stronger thread, sturdier findings, really high end quality hardware, and of course, a 4-thread overlock stitch, because those pieces were needed to last. For the budget version, we used less expensive fabric, more basic thread, and a 3-thread finish. Quick, neat, functional, but not built for long-term wear. And the same logic applies to your home sewing as well. Know what your project needs are and match the stitch to the job. So I use the 4-thread for constructing pretty much everything, especially garments, knits, wovens, things that I want to last, because it gives me that strong, secure seam. The 3-thread is perfect for finishing edges, especially decorative stitches, and for those lightweight knits, where you want less bulk. And if you're just finishing raw edges, it does save an entire serger spool. And remember, there's no stitch police standing over your shoulder, so you're not doing it wrong. Hey, I'm just glad that you're using your serger. And now that you understand the difference between these two stitches, your choices are going to feel a whole lot easier. But if tension is still giving you trouble, you gotta check out my video on how to fix serger tension in under 5 minutes. And until I see you next time, I hope you have a creative day. Bye-bye.